This story will sound like fiction, but I promise you, this really happened. Not to a friend, not to someone online, to me. And I didn't realize how bad it was until they found him, living in my attic. It started small. Most stories do. I live alone. Quiet part of town. The house is old, but solid. I'd just gotten out of a long relationship. Needed space. Figured solitude would help. Week 1, I started misplacing things. Keys, lighter, headphones. Thought nothing of it. Week 2, food started disappearing. I'd buy a full loaf of bread, and by morning, half would be gone. I started thinking maybe I was just forgetting, or eating more than I realized. I even joked that the house was haunted. I wasn't scared. Not yet. But then it got worse. I came home one day, and the bathroom light was on. I never leave it on. I'm a little obsessive about that. That night, I set a trap. I sprinkled baby powder on the floor, just outside the kitchen. Just to prove to myself I wasn't crazy. At 3:11 a.m., I heard something. A soft creak, like the sound of someone stepping carefully. When I checked the hallway, there were bare footprints in the powder, leading from the kitchen to the attic door. The attic. I hadn't been up there since moving in. It was sealed with one of those wooden pull-down ladders. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I called the police. They did a walkthrough. They checked the attic. Nothing. No signs of anyone. The officer even laughed and said, "Sometimes mice make a surprising amount of noise." I wanted to believe him. I really did. But I knew what I heard, and I knew what I saw. Then came the photographs. One afternoon I came home and found a printed photo sitting on my kitchen table. It was a picture of me, sleeping, shot from above, from the ceiling. It wasn't my camera. I don't even own a printer. I looked up. There was a small vent directly above my bed, and behind it, darkness. I called the police again. This time they believed me. They brought dogs. They brought thermal cameras, and that's when they found him, in the attic. He had been living up there for weeks. He had made a small nest, blankets, food wrappers, even a little space heater. He had been crawling down at night while I slept, using the vents to watch me, taking my food, taking pictures. He had a phone full of them, photos of me watching TV, of me eating dinner, of me undressing, of me sleeping. One was taken just inches from my face. The man was in his late 40s, no ID, no address. He wouldn't say a word. When the police pulled him out, he just smiled. When they asked how he got in, he finally spoke. He said, "The house called me." They searched him. He had a knife, a large one, and a small, folded piece of paper that read, "I only come out when the lights go off." I don't live there anymore. I couldn't. I changed my number. I sleep with the lights on. Sometimes in hotels, sometimes in my car. Sometimes I still wake up at 3:11 a.m. and I check the ceiling, just in case. Because the worst part of the story, he wasn't a stranger. The police ran his fingerprints, found a match. He used to live in the house years before I moved in. He was a foster child, locked in the attic by his foster parents when he was bad. They starved him, kept him there for weeks. He survived, and after all those years, he came back home, and the house let him in.